In the power vacuum left by Caesar's death, his loyal general, Mark Antony, emerged as a dominant figure. He, along with Caesar's adopted son Octavian, controlled the Roman world. Antony took charge of the eastern provinces and needed Egypt's resources to fund his campaigns. He summoned Cleopatra to meet him in Tarsus, but Cleopatra was no longer the desperate young queen who smuggled herself in a carpet. She was now an experienced ruler, and she would meet Antony on her own terms. Instead of obeying his summons, she staged a spectacle of her own. She sailed up the Kidnus River on a magnificent golden barge with purple sails and silver oars, dressed as the goddess Venus, surrounded by attendants. Antony, who saw himself as the god Dionysus, was utterly enchanted. Again, this was more than seduction. It was brilliant political theater. Their alliance was born. Together, they dreamed of a new kind of empire, a Roman-Egyptian dynasty based in Alexandria. They had 3 children, and in a grand public ceremony known as the Donations of Alexandria, Antony declared Cleopatra Queen of Kings and divided vast territories of the East among her and their children. This was a direct challenge to Rome and to his rival, Octavian. Back in Rome, Octavian watched Antony and Cleopatra's power grow with alarm. He launched a vicious propaganda war, painting Antony as a man bewitched by a foreign sorceress, a traitor who had abandoned his Roman wife Octavian's own sister for an immoral Eastern queen. He masterfully twisted their ambition into a narrative of foreign corruption threatening the very soul of Rome. He portrayed Cleopatra not as a capable ruler, but as a decadent, power-hungry temptress who sought to enslave the Roman people. The propaganda was incredibly effective. The Roman Senate, swayed by Octavian's rhetoric, declared war not on Antony, but on Cleopatra. This was a strategic masterstroke, framing the conflict as a defense of Rome against a foreign enemy, not another civil war. The final showdown came in 31 BC. At the naval battle of Actium, it was a disaster. The combined fleet of Antony and Cleopatra was outmaneuvered and defeated by Octavian's brilliant admiral, Agrippa. For reasons still debated by historians, Cleopatra's squadron withdrew from the battle, and Antony, seeing her leave, abandoned his forces to follow her. Their retreat to Alexandria was the beginning of the end. Their allies deserted them, and Octavian's legions closed in on Egypt. Antony, receiving a false report that Cleopatra was dead, fell on his sword. He was carried to her, dying in her arms in the last tragic scene of their epic love story. With Antony gone and Octavian's army at the gates of Alexandria, Cleopatra was trapped. She barricaded herself in her mausoleum with her treasures and 2 loyal handmaidens. Her final moves were not